But one of my favorite actually scenes from a movie, and this isn't an FBI, an NSA movie, but the movie Hackers, where it's the time lapsed one where he's like sitting there and he's like looking, he's sitting there jamming away at the keyboard, looking at bits and bytes, and like everybody else around him's like ordering pizza, dancing, and like messing around behind him. Like whenever I would teach a course, I'd be like, this dedication. I'd show that clip. I'd be like, this is the dedication you need. Everybody else around you is goofing off, having a good time, but you're sitting there and you're looking at the ones and zeros of something, depending on what we were training for, obviously. That's not for everybody. But if you're, let's talk about a SOC analyst. If you're diving into a packet from an alert and you're looking at that, you're looking in Wireshark, right? You're looking at a tool that was made in the 90s that still is relevant today. Yeah, still today, you're looking at those packets, broken down. You're looking bit by bit for whatever it was, right? Which is amazing. But anyway, I love that scene in that movie. As far as other things. I think the watch floors are kind of, like when they show like a watch floor, they'll show like, all these different TV. They got like 30 TVs up or these big screen. Like I think that's accurate.
That is accurate, except I will say I sat on the watch floor and I was the sole Arabic linguist on the watch floor, and the Al Jazeera television was blocked by a pole and they would put it on this other TV. So that shows you the extent of thought behind the millions of TVs. But
I love Hackers. So for those of you on the call who have not watched it, that's Johnny Lee Miller, Angelina Jolie, crash override and acid burn.
That's right.
And my favorite representation in that movie is when they're in the systems countering each other, but it becomes visual, right?
Yeah.
Like at some point it's like we're still not quite there yet, but it would be really interesting if we had that like sort of Minority Report VR heads-up display where now we're fighting viruses and exploits with our kung fu or whatever.
Someday will happen.
Yeah, it's so wild.
But I think the underlying point is you can be very effective with not a lot of technology. I think that's also, where there is a will, there is a way. So
absolutely. Actually, and one more note on this, from a movie perspective, like somebody being dropped off in the middle of nowhere with nothing, and then they just kind of have to do something.